what's up, good people? Trust you're well in the Lord. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new here, karibu sana. Welcome to yet another episode. The show name is called Find Your Fit. We're all about inspiring and encouraging the young generation, so feel at home. Karibu sana, and don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, kindly consider subscribing to this beautiful channel, and God will bless you. Remember, you are always precious to me. I really value your time, and thanks for always tuning in. And so in today's episode, we are going to talk about on how to become independent at an early age and how it impacted my life in one way or another, as in kujitegemea, kujijua, kujifahamu vizuri. So stay tuned, watch till the end, and I'm sure you'll get some tips from here. Home at an early age. I didn't even have my ID. I think I was around 16 or almost 17, if I'm not wrong. So nilikuwa tu na kimbelembele ya kwenda kutafuta life. I thought it was easy outside than huko home, and I felt I was not contented with what I was having around me, the kind of life I was living, and I felt I really needed a better life, because I was back then I was seeing people, I was watching people, naona tu tao ni kupoa, ni kukul, life ya tao ni fiti, imeweza, and so I was feeling I must go there and start making money, because money was the main problem for me. I was feeling me without money, I am useless, I am nothing. I can't even satisfy myself, I can't satisfy my family. But when I came to town, I realized that I was a fool. Because I was thinking maisha itakuwa easy without knowing tao lazima nijilipie hao, lazima nijilipie bills zangu, and back at home I wasn't paying for any coin, like I was living a free life. No house rent, no buying food, no buying clothes, unless you feel like you want something better for yourself. That way you will work hard to go and get something for your choice, something that will satisfy your heart. And I was feeling lazima ni make pesa so that I can get what I want. Something like I really wanted to do something that will better my life, and that is when I started hustling huku tao, but life ikakuwa ngumu. It's not like ya ushago, because I started regretting. Although it impacted me in one way or another, it made me stronger than ever before, because I went through a lot, sleeping outside, sometimes kulala njaa, and that way I felt, wow, anyway, back at home there's something my shush was doing, because I couldn't sleep hungry when my shush was there. But now I'm alone. If I don't have food, I don't have food, no otherwise. No one to borrow money from, because I don't know a lot of people, so it's me and me alone. I have to sort myself. I started regretting, because I felt it has been now, like back at home I was a burden to my church, but now I started feeling I am a burden to myself. Me myself, I was feeling, oh, I am becoming a burden to myself, and I don't think I'll make it. I had no option than to work hard to make my life work, because I didn't want to go home, back home. I didn't even imagine going back home and people will start laughing at me. Ameenda tao, amerudi. So that thing was really eating me up. Like I really didn't want to go back home. So I decided to work harder and harder each and every day, to see if things will work out. And it wasn't easy, although I made it, but it wasn't easy. Like I was feeling lazima ningangane, lazima nijitume. I really have to work for it, and pray God to make it work out for me, because without God things won't go well. So I really was praying hard as well for God to make a way for me, because no one was even interested kuniandika job. Like, you don't have an ID. So when ni mtoi sana, ID back then ndo ilikuwa kitu ya kuonyeshana you are really in for whatever you want to do. I'm checking. So for me, I didn't have that ID. Actually, even when I went further from where I was at the moment, I had to call my brother to send me an ID. Like he had to send it to me like a parcel. Nachiki. That was the toughest thing because I went to collect the ID, and then they would ask me, "Where is your ID?" And I'm like, "I'm coming. I'm here to collect my ID. We want to see your ID. I'm here to collect it. It was sent as a parcel." "No, madam, we have to see your ID." So that thing really irritated me. I was feeling so stupid and silly that I couldn't have left home that early. When I was still young, at least I would have waited for another year for me to get my ID and start going freely. Like back then hata ningeshikwa na karao sijui hata ningejitoa aje cause I'm under 18 and sina mtu hata sijui nita explain aje, unacheki. So when I got my ID, that is when I officially started getting something better, like job. Na job yenye unapata saa hiyo hata ukirent hao, unless you rent hao ya dao ama dao mbili, cause wanakuona wewe you are still young, so you don't need money. And remember, I'm here in town to make money. And they are like, "You don't need money, you're still young." So the only amount we can start up with ni 4,000. 4,000 saa hii yake tukifanya shopping haitoshi 1 month kwa nyumba. And I'm like, oh gosh, sina otherwise. So your time niko na hao ya kulipa, lazima nikule. So I didn't have a choice than to accept the amount, and it was really tough. It was the toughest moment. Tena nikaanza kukumbuka ushago, like how my church was treating me. Like I had to hustle, get my 100 bob, 200 bob, and I'd keep it until ile siku shosha atalemewa ndo nitaitoa nimwambie, "By the have some money, we can buy foodstuffs and all that." But now hakuna kuweka hata hiyo so mbili cause hey, life ni tough. Like the amount you're being paid ni kidogo. So I would like to tell you guys, being independent, it's not a bad thing. Actually, it's one of the best thing I've experienced because it has impacted me in a positive way. Like even when things get tougher, you can still make it. Why? Because you are able to hustle, you are able to make your own coin. Like even when you buy something like soap in the house, ama omo, you will know how to use it wisely. Like you will squeeze it until it pushes you to the next month, utakuwa umepata do. But when you don't have that experience ya kuwork, hustle, like you can just use anything anyhowly because you can misuse, as in short, you can misuse it because you have not worked for it, you have not sweated for it, you check it. So it really impacted me. I got to know how painful it is to raise a coin, so you have to really make it useful. Like even if it's 1 bob, you really need to see the balance, how it's working, how it's going, how the things are running in the house. So I would like to advise you guys, hey, haraka haina baraka, pole pole ndio mwendo. At least I would have stayed with my shosh a little bit, but pia ilinichanua cause kukuja tao mapema, niko na experience. At least sahi I can advise someone like you mwenye una watch, nikwambie, if you're planning to come to start up your own life, ama you want to depend on yourself, just try to wait a little bit until you panga yourself, cause you will rush and it won't end up well. You will end up sleeping on the streets like me, sleeping hungry and having sleepless nights because where you're sleeping, it's not even comfortable for you. It doesn't fit you. So to be sincere, guys, I was really missing to go back home. But unfortunately, hata fare sikuwa nayo, so I couldn't go back home because ukipata tu so unafikiria, all you think about is eating because you're really hungry. You can even, back then I was even feeling like you're seeing someone eating and you feel like, wow, I can snatch the food and run away. But and thank God it didn't happen because maybe I would have been killed or hata nichomwe, niitwe mwizi. But God came through, and at least for me, the reason why I ran away from home, because it's like running away from troubles, problem, like one problem after another. So for you, if you're there, you have your mom, your dad, like you have your complete family. They can cater for everything you need. Just stay a little longer with them until you feel this is the right time for me to move out. I really need to start up my own life, like to depend on my own self, unless otherwise. Because things do happen. For me, I was feeling I'm becoming a burden to my church because mom is not there, dad is not there. So it's my church. She's old and I didn't want to stress her anymore. So you have your mom there, you have your family. Hey, don't say I wish I knew, because you still have time to rethink and to make up your mind if I really want to do this, because it won't be easy. As in, you don't know where you're going, because ulikuwa umezoea kubaiwa everything, literally everything. And now you have to depend on yourself. You will end up even recycling clothes, like wearing one trouser for 1 week without changing, without washing, because you ulikuwa umezoea kubaiwa kila kitu. So siwambii ni vibaya. By the way, kuwa independent is the most beautiful thing. Like una feel too like umejiweza. It's like somehow umejiweza, umejitosha, and una feel now I think I'm big enough to do this and this and this, which is a very good thing. But mimi nawasihi tu mtulie tu, because for me it worked out by God's grace. If it's not for God being on my side, ningekuwa tu naongea story nyingine, but I thank God I'm here encouraging you guys, and I hope that this story will impact you and impact your lives in a very different way and in a very mighty way, in a very good way, just the way you want it. I just hope this is the video that you really wanted to see and what you really wanted to hear. Thank you so much for tuning in always. You're always precious to me. Your time, your support, I really do appreciate. I don't take it for granted. You watching, using your bundles, your Wi-Fi back at home, giving me those watching hours, giving me your likes, your comments, your subscriptions. Oh my God, it really, really, really makes me happy, and I am so happy. And again, if you haven't subscribed, kindly consider subscribing and hit the notification bell to always get notified, because more good things are coming, and they're impacting stories like this one. So keep on tuning in. Until next time, love you so much guys, and thank you for watching. Bye.